Hey everyone, General Ether here and welcome to another top 5 of mine. Today I am going to be counting down my personal top 5 favorite bows into Eisendrache. Yes, I know this is a oddly simple and easy top 5 to do, but last week I did an entire retrospective on Black Ops 3 Zombies, so give me some time to refuel, alright? Anyways, if you don't know what the bows are into Eisendrache, click off and go play this map right now because you are looking at the only reason Black Ops 3 isn't my least favorite season. However, if you have gave this map the attention it rightfully deserves, then you should be already aware of the 4 elemental bows you can obtain that serve as this map's wonder weapons. Well, I'm here to rank all different variations, so let's begin. Coming in at number 5 is the standard non-upgraded Wrath of the Ancients. Big surprise, huh? You can obtain this weapon by feeding all 3 dragons around the map, and it serves as the foundation for the other 4 upgrades. Now, that's a cool thing I like about this version, other than the fact that it shoots marshmallows past round 12. And that's the fact that it's extremely noob friendly. Let me explain. Even though the bow isn't particularly powerful, it is extremely easy to get, so once noobs obtain this variant, unless they've had a taste of the upgraded versions, they're probably going to think it's a pretty competent weapon. But as the game goes on, they're going to realize quickly this weapon isn't very powerful and really more interested in going for the upgraded variants. The way this version is implemented is nice. It's strong enough to make noobs want to go for it, but it's weak enough to the point where they'll be pushed into going for the upgrade quest. I like the way that works, but this weapon is still pretty unreliable on high rounds and takes the number 5 spot. Coming in at number 4 is the Wolfbow. Now, even though this is my least favorite upgrade variant, a lot of people underestimate this version. The Wolfbow works as a direct impact weapon as opposed to a bonus damage weapon. What I mean by this is the weapon doesn't have any lingering damage after a shot or even a charged shot is fired. Well, there is fire, but be honest, it doesn't do anything. Basically, most damage you do with this weapon is on instant impact. While most prefer the other bows that have a long after effect of damage, they overlook the fact that this weapon can deal some pretty sick damage, like this weapon can destroy small hoods. However, similar to the rest of the community, I much prefer the other bows in this map, but this weapon is still a feisty little fellow that's kinda underappreciated. Plus, the fact that the upgrade quest for this weapon is super easy and straightforward makes it my first option to go for if I'm feeling lazy. Coming in at number 3 is the Firebow. I know, a lot of people love this weapon, and while I do agree this weapon is pretty sick, it's kinda overrated. Basically, a regular shot from this weapon would do a great deal of damage on a zombie or two and leave an after effect of fire damage that doesn't really do much, similar to the Wolfbow. But a charged shot will trap zombies around you inside of a fiery prison of the ground or whatever the heck that is. Now, I never thought the radius of the charge shot was really worth it. The reason for that is because the upgrade quest for this weapon is ridiculous. To be fair, I've never gotten past the first step of the quest involving the Wonder Fears, and every time I've used this weapon was from a friend who built it. But from the guys that I've seen and the complaints I've heard, this variant is easily the hardest one out of the 4 to obtain, and it's just not really worth it in my opinion. Granted, if you're super good or experienced in getting the Firebow, then it might be worth getting, but at least to me, this weapon just isn't worth the trouble. Anyways, coming in at number 2 is the Voidbow. This entry is largely subjective since this weapon is my baby. The Voidbow's regular shots will hit the zombies hard and send in a skull or two to bite their heads off. A charged shot will not only do more damage, obviously, but it will send a collection of skulls that will distract and or annihilate zombies. This weapon makes you untouchable. Not only that, but this weapon is also a panzer killer. And the icing on the cake is the fact that this variant is extremely easy to get, at least in my opinion. This is without a doubt my favorite variant to go for. With that said, let's finish this list with the number 1 entry. Coming in at number 1 is the Lightning Bow, as if there was any debate. I used to think this weapon was the best weapon in all of COD Zombies, but that's since changed to the Thunder Gun. However, this weapon is still the second best one weapon in all of COD Zombies in my opinion. What is there to even say? Regular shots not only pack a punch, but also leave such a big ball of electricity behind that actually have great after effect damage. Keep in mind, you have 75 shots with this weapon, but that's not the best part. No, save that for the charge shot. A charge shot from this weapon will produce an electric tornado that obliterates nearly entire hordes. And that's one charge shot. think of a less effective thunder gun, except you have 75 shots. While the Wolfbow destroys panzers the best out of any bow, this weapon is still incredibly effective against panzers as well. As for the upgrade quest, while it's still pretty tedious at times, it's still completely worth it for this powerhouse. Yeah, there's nothing else to say. This weapon is incredible and it comes in at number 1. So yeah guys, that was my top 5 favorite variants into Eisendrache. What do you guys think of this list? And what is your favorite bow to use into Eisendrache? Please let me know in the comments below. And I promise I'll have something a little more interesting and lengthy next week. And if you enjoyed, then consider leaving a like and possibly subscribing. All of us at Adepticon Overlords would appreciate it. Anyways, I will see you guys later. Peace out everyone.